This is TWiT. What is this with Pentium, Centium, Permium?
Pentium. Pentium's a good name. Yeah. So remember when Pentium was literally the biggest, most powerful processor in the world? This must have been like the mid-90s, I guess. I remember I had a friend who bought one, and they had the floating point bug. Remember, he had to send it back and give him his credit card number.
That was like I think 386 or
$900 or something. It was a 586.
586. Okay.
But they wanted to move to brands because numbers couldn't be trademarked, and people were stealing their brands, right? So that was actually the end of it. There was no real 686. They bought that Israeli company, went to the core processor architecture after that. But you know, that used to be the thing. That was like the biggest thing in the world, and now it is the saddest, stupidest processor brand. It's weird how much has changed in 27 years, whatever that is. So there's also Celeron, right? And I don't remember was Celeron ever the? It's possible Celeron was a high-end brand in the beginning too. I remember it came initially on a card, and required it, and people freaked out because they weren't using sockets, and then they went back. They stopped doing that. Anywho, those two brands are going to be taken away. They're still going to make these low-end processors, but now they will simply be called Intel processor.
What?
I know.
Well, at least you don't have to have a circular slide rule to figure out the name. Holy cow.
Right. I know.
Okay. Intel processor. I mean, they're not going to say any EMs anymore.
Yeah. So there you go.
Wow.
Weird.
Weird with a beard.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. That is kind of the end of an era. I hate to say it, but that.
Well, at the end, it's been over for a long time.
Yeah. Well, the era ended. It's the end of
the era ended. 20 years ago. But
wow, that's interesting. So if I buy a cheap Chromebook, it'll just say an Intel. They'll still have gold or U.
Well, no,
or
I don't
H?
know. It will be capital P. I'm sure there'll be model numbers. You know. I don't know.
Okay. I think for normals, though, this makes more sense, right?
Oh, yeah.
It would make more sense just to get rid of it.
These names are tarnished forever. Everybody says, I don't want... They kill Adam, too,
When you hear Celeron, right? You're like, no. Right?
You don't want that. Yeah. I mean, in the day, Celeron was pretty exciting. Gosh, that's more than 20 years old now.
Yep.
Holy cow. Okay.
I have a hard time remembering Celeron, like what the deal was with Celeron. But I assume it was a high-end brand originally. Had to have been, right? No, there was Pentium.
No, it wasn't.
Remember, there was Pentium 2, Pentium 3. So Celeron must have been like a mid-level thing.
I think it was a binned Pentium, but I do remember they were highly overclockable. So for a while with enthusiasts, getting a Celeron was desirable because you could overclock
Actually,
the heck out of it.
The first Xbox had a Celeron processor, didn't it?
Did it? No, it was...
I think it did.
Didn't they use the Cell? Not the Celeron?
No.
Surface did, right? Didn't Surface, one of the Surfaces, have Celeron? No.
No.
They had Pentium Gold, right? They had Pentium Gold.
The Surface Go, yeah. So it was. It's described as a custom Pentium 3, not a Celeron.
Custom Pentium 3.
I could have sworn
we turned off some of the capabilities so that you could get less.
It's custom. I don't know. Anyway.
All right. Good. But it's history. It's definitely history.
It is. Yeah.
The end of the line.